still continuing my life story. And if I could remember from my previous video, I was talking about me moving to Newark, New Jersey. And I remember I skipped some part. So before I moved to Newark, New Jersey, I made this friend in construction. His name is Steve. At this time, me and Tina was still even together. Well, I just forget for some reason. But today my memory after watching the video over and over, I was able to like realize I missed this part. So while me and Tina was together, I made Steve my friend because if anyone that have done construction, I bet you will believe construction is a tedious job. So on this day, me and one Black American, we're pulling out these huge panels up 2 floors. 2 floors being lower was pulling it up. I think the building was actually going higher. So we needed the materials from 2 floors below. We needed them upstairs. So me and this guy was walking now. And panel is heavy. With me, I want to like pull it real fast because pulling a panel that is heavy real slow is going to even be much more harder because it's going to weaken your muscles. So my logic, my brain at that time was like, let's just pull this shit real fast and get it done with. But this guy wasn't feeling it. I don't even know his name. I would have liked to mention his name, but I don't know his name. He wasn't feeling the old way I was walking. I raised my voice and said, let's go, let's go. Guys, this guy literally left the rope. He left the rope. And this hole that I'm pulling shit from is a big one. Now, it's only God that saved me that I didn't actually fall inside this hole this day. So when this dude dropped the rope, in my head it's like, what the fuck? So I was like, that was what I said to him. I was like, dude, what the fuck with anger? Like, I was like, what the fuck? And he was older than me. He was older than me for sure with his look and everything. He was older than me. It was like, he didn't even know my name. He was just like telling me this African guy, he threatened me with the way I walk. And this was where Steve came in. Steve overheard this whole conversation with this guy threatening me. So he stepped in now. And this made me, for the fact that Steve actually stepped in, because in America, yeah, all man for himself. Nobody is coming to rescue you. Even though you're a Niger friend, sometimes you might be sick over here. You call them, they are not coming. They are on their own lane walking. So if you see anybody who actually step in to defend you, anybody who step in on your matter, especially this guy is a white guy. He's not even Niger or anything. So I actually brought him close. We exchanged number. And I start to like talk to him. We start to like getting cool and everything. To the extent that this dude, Steve, he introduced me to his wife and his daughter. Sometimes we eat together, So I kind of like, like the guy with the way I made him as my friend. Even though my first sneaker, me African guy, like Jordan, Nike, all that shit doesn't bother me. Like, so my first sneaker, buying a Jordan was with him. He was the one that took me to Foot Locker. So it was all fun and everything until money got involved now. Hey, some people will do anything. I don't know why some people do anything for money. Money got involved. That's when Steve changed. I'll tell you how money got involved. So my brother, like I told you guys, this is me talking about my other brother, who I told you guys from previous videos. I have a brother who is an aviation officer. His name is Tunji. So my brother Tunji, he called me like, oh, Elijah, I want you to get me a Lexus RS 350 2010, if I could remember. Lexus RS 350 2010. He sent me $5,000 to purchase this, car for him. And me, I don't have no driver's license. And I don't really know anything about cars. So I called this my guy now, Steve. Dude, I talked to him, I explained to him like, yo, my brother, need a car. And he told me my wife our father is into cars, is into automobiles. I was like, great, you're gonna help me out. I was excited, like, oh, so quick. He said he's gonna, and I told him he's gonna help me, and he agreed to help me out. So we made a date, and back then he was living at Bronx. I met Steve at Grand Concourse subway, the 2 and 3 line. I met Steve at Grand Concourse. So when I get off the train, I have this cash, $5,000 on me. Because I went to the bank to get this cash. I was ready to, to just finalize everything. So me and Steve and I talked. He was like, "Oh, cash." I would say, "I got the cash on me." He advised that I should go to we should go to money order to change the money to money order, because it's actually a huge money to have $5,000 on my pocket in Bronx. And if you're familiar with Bronx, Bronx too is actually a hot neighborhood. It's hot neighborhood. And me as a Niger guy now, I don't hold money pass like that. Like nothing did happen. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, don't worry about it. Like nobody did do anything. Who was working. I was like, you know what, Steve, hold this money. Like when we get there, I like just me trusting my guy, Steve. I suggested like him should hold the money. So I gave him the money now. And we was walking to the mechanic shop, and he was like, oh, I'm thirsty. And there was the deli store right close to what the where we was going. I was like, no wala, I got you. This was what I said to him. I was like, don't worry, I got you. And me too, for like I was even, I wanted water for myself back then. I was like, I got you, I'm gonna get you water, I'm gonna get me water. And remember, guys, I already gave Steve $5,000 so while we was walking. I went to this deli now, get water. I didn't even spend that long in this deli, bro. And came back from this deli, Steve already disappeared, my guy. I got scammed by Steve. Hey, he's my guy. This is my guy, bro. So that taught me lesson. There's no such thing as best friend. Especially there are some people who money will make some people do anything at all. When money gets involved, they'll change on you, man. So guys, be careful. Be careful, man. Come to America. There are some people that will scam you, bro. Forget that shit that you say only Nigeria scam this. There are some people out here in the States that will scam you. So guys, be careful. So when Steve did this, and I was just, I was, because as a Niger guy, I know me now. I'm the one that's supposed to do this. Now it's now happening the other way around. Like this guy is scamming me. So in my head was just like in so many places. So I went to work now the next day. Like I told you guys, my boss, anyone that I've worked with me, I've always known, oh, he's a good worker. So I talked to my boss like, oh, Steve did this, that, it was like, I got you. He gave me his ID, his home address and everything. Already before even that, I've been calling Steve with a different number. I wasn't even able to reach him at all. My construction foreman at that time, his name is Pearl. I told Pearl this incident now. He was really pissed about it. And this was Pearl's advice. Pearl was like, you know what? According to him, he said, you know what, TJ? Steve is actually a good guy, but I wonder why he did that to you. I think, in my opinion, money changed him. But don't worry, I got you though. With $500, I know some people that we could go to and we're going to get a gun. And he was like, oh, Ricky gave you his outside there, right? I said, yeah, Ricky is my boss, the big boss. I was like, yeah, Ricky gave me his house address. He was like, don't worry, with $500, we're going to pull up to his crib. So literally, Pearl was advising me we should go get a gun so we could actually go do Steve something. And with me, with money, we come and go. That is how I was raised. Money will come, money will go. I just thought I should tell you guys that like there are some men that they're really fucked up out here. Like you should really be careful. But then I get to, when this happened, I was so much confused about friends, about hanging out with people, man. This make me even different again. I even distant. Me that I really don't be talking again. I don't really be talking to people. This even make me much more worse. Like I wasn't even fucking with nobody. I just stayed to myself, plus, like that really hurt me really bad. And my brother on the other hand, he was expecting the car. I kept giving me the excuses. Because I wasn't courageous enough to tell him what actually happened at first. Because again, $5,000 is a huge sum of amount. Me now calling my brother like I've been scammed is a lot. So I wasn't bold enough to tell him about the money until I gathered the money myself. I saved the money myself, $5,000, and I told him what it is, and I gave him back his money. So with my other experience too, with guys, I want you guys to, like, especially immigrants, man, asking girls back home for nude pictures, for nude photos or videos, that shit is still gonna get you fucked up in a way, because you watching a girl that you can actually be with in person, doing all this nasty stuff to you, is gonna bring in the idea of you masturbating. And I did all this with Nigerian girls, asking them, to nude videos, nude, all that shit, bro. Because I just want to advise, it's not a great idea. Actually, to fuck me up. It actually added to my addiction of me masturbating. So, guys, let us be the better version of ourselves. So I just thought I should tell you guys that too. And finishing up, I will tell you guys about this crazy story that I'm not happy with. But again, I'm not a perfect guy. I've had some fights, physical fights in the States, even though back then that I don't have my papers. Again, this is God doing, because I'm not no perfect human being. I'm far from being a perfect guy. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. This is just me coming out, uh, telling you guys what I've done in the past. But now I just have a Mamba mentality. So this one that you're about to hear is not something that I'm proud of, but I do not regret this. And I will be saying this fight that I fought during my construction days. And the reason why I'm going to talk about this fight is because the guy that I fought with is actually a good guy, and I I messed up big time. This is a Spanish guy, bro. Spanish guy, man, I fuck with them, bro. I fuck with them because their energy just match my energy. The way they walk just match my energy, bro. I fuck with them a lot. So Marvin is another Dominican American in the state. Good guy. He met me in construction now. We met at construction site, and he liked the way I walk, and we was both working and working good. And I've always loved any guy who have the same energy as me. You want to work, you believe in hard work, because to me, hard work is what I believe in. So Marvin was good. And what really happened was we met at the construction site. Then when that job finished, I was jobless for a while. And I called Marvin, like, yo, dude, you know what I'm saying? I don't got no job. Hook me up. Marvin did hook me up, man. It was like, yo, TJ, I got you. And he did got me, man, because I got this job, getting paid good. And something happened one day now with me and Marvin. So, like construction, like when we pour concrete, I hope you guys know what concrete is. When we pour concrete, sometimes there's some place that it's not going to get level, that the next day, when you take out the panels from the walls, all you need to do is just patch it up, that you can always patch it up and it's going to look all right. On this day now, with me and Marvin, I was the one in charge of the concrete, of the hose of the concrete. So Marvin, on the next day now, after taking out the panels, there's this spot that it was actually really not good. This is a mistake. It's not something that I purposely did. Like I wasn't like, it's concrete. Sometimes the concrete come out smooth. Sometimes the next day you see some places that you patch up the next day. But Marvin, I don't know what got over him, bro. Marvin just decided to yell the fuck on my ear, man. And he was just talking about you will never get no raise. This was what he's saying to my ear, raising his voice. You will never get no raise. You like how the hell did you do a fucked up job like this? TJ, you're not no good guy. You don't know how to do your job. Again, this is all mistake. And hey, you're a man and I'm a man. You can't talk to me however you please. At least back then I know. Because that is, to me, I felt like that was disrespectful. Another man raising his voice to my ear, telling me I'm not a good worker, telling me I don't deserve no raise in this job. Just saying a lot of bullshit. And again, Marvin on the other end too, he also suffered with anger issue. He also suffered with anger issue. But the way Marvin was talking to me, I wasn't cool with it, man. I wasn't cool with it. So I let that slide because I can't be fighting inside the construction site. I let that slide and waited till 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock is break time for construction guys. And for some reason, Marvin was already outside. I don't know what he was doing outside. He was already outside alone. So as soon as even 11:59, I went outside and Marvin was already standing outside, man. And we fought, man. But again, the reason why I said this is Marvin is a good guy. Not only did Marvin link me to construction job again when I was jobless, he also linked me to Robin Hood. And for all of you who know Robin Hood, good. Robin Hood is a site where, you trade currency, cryptocurrency. And trust me, man, that shit really helped me. Like investing in Robin Hood